from JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Monday, October the 30th, 2017. Israel's Finance Minister Moshe Kahalon met last night in Ramallah with Palestinian Authority Prime Minister Rami Hamdallah. The unusual direct talks included discussions on economic and financial relations as well as Israel's settlement policy. U.S. Special Representative for International Negotiations Jason Greenblatt, who is in Israel, sent out a photo of the meeting between Kahlon, Hamdallah, and other Israeli and Palestinian officials on social media this morning, writing that important progress was made and meaningful steps were taken on key economic issues, revenues, customs, and investment that help support the search for peace. Greenblatt yesterday was in Jerusalem, where he had a sit-down with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. Ambassador to Israel David Friedman. The Times of Israel reports that a senior U.S. official told them that the meeting was, quote, a general check-in on peace conversations. Israel today destroyed a recently discovered terror tunnel. The tunnel was still in the process of being built and was not yet operational. It led from Gaza into Israel, and the IDF carried out a scheduled detonation near the Gaza border this morning. IDF spokesperson Brigadier General Ronen Manelis said the tunnel was a clear violation of Israeli sovereignty that we will not allow. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu lauded the IDF and the breakthrough technology that helped locate the tunnel. He said Israel holds Hamas responsible for all military action against Israel emanating from the Gaza Strip, saying whoever hurts us, we hurt them. There were conflicting reports, meanwhile, of casualties from the detonation on the Gaza side. The Gaza Health Ministry said 3 members of Islamic Jihad who were presumably working on the tunnel were killed during the demolition, and several others were injured. Islamic Jihad, who is the second largest terror group in Gaza after Hamas, threatened to retaliate for the tunnel destruction. Israel's President Rivlin welcomed the Governor General of New Zealand, Dame Patricia Reddy, to Jerusalem today. Reddy and her husband are visiting Israel as part of the commemorations marking the centennial of the Battle of Beersheba. Rivlin said 100 years ago, New Zealand soldiers helped free the land of Israel from the Ottoman Empire in the First World War. And Reddy noted that while the two countries are geographically distant, they have much in common, she said, spiritually, emotionally, and intellectually. Well, the issue of an egalitarian prayer section at the Western Wall in Jerusalem continues to be unresolved. Today, Israel's Regional Cooperation Minister Tzachi Hanegbi told senior leaders of diaspora Jewry that there would be changes made to improve conditions at the site known as Robinson's Arch, but that there would not be one common entranceway to be shared by everyone entering the Western Wall, whether to the main prayer section or to the egalitarian section, something that had been part of the historic compromise reached in January of last year. The American Jewish leaders are in Israel to attend the Jewish Agency Board of Governors meeting. And Hanegbi toured the site with them today and said that the Prime Minister was still determined to advance the plan for the egalitarian prayer space. Hanegbi said, I recognize and appreciate that suspending the Kotel arrangement created a perception among some that Israel no longer welcomes and appreciates all Jews. Hanegbi said nothing could be further from the truth. Israel is a place for all Jews. Chairman of the Jewish Agency, Natan Sharansky, who was on the tour this morning, said that while it was important to hear from Hanegbi, he said, we have seen no progress on any of these issues since the government's regrettable decision in June, and no directions toward progress were evident today. An ad campaign by the Israeli embassy in Argentina was honored last week. The campaign of Peace Without Terror, or Paz Sin Terror, was created by the embassy to mark 25 years since the terror attack that took place there on March the 17th of 1992 that left 29 people dead and injured, over 240. Iran is believed to be behind that bombing. The campaign won 2 Icon Prizes for excellence in institutional communications last week, one for social marketing and one for institutional advertising. And taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Monday, October the 30th. At 7 o'clock, it's The Wisdom of Dr. Ruth. At 7:30, a discussion on Syrian refugees. At 8 o'clock, New York Times columnist Roger Cohen addresses the rise of the extreme right at the Leo Baeck Institute at the Center for Jewish History in New York City. At 9, Mark Golub sits down with Rabbi Aryeh Katzen, who is executive director of the Russian-American Jewish Experience on L'chaim. At 10, author Cynthia Ozick discusses her sense of Jewish identity with author Joseph Berger of the New York Times in a JBS TV exclusive from the 92nd Street Y. And coming up right after this newscast tonight at 6:30, Mark Golub speaks with Itamar Marcus, the founder and director of Palestinian Media Watch. And that's the JBS News Update for Monday, October the 30th, 2017. I'm Teisha Bader.